You can take a look at this parking lot. It's completely abandoned at this Target. 5-10 years ago, a lot of people would be out here already getting ready for those morning big deals. Now, Black Friday is still expected to be the largest shopping day of the year. The National Retailers Federation does expect around 130 people will be shopping both in person and online. But the habits surrounding Black Friday shopping have definitely changed throughout the years. It used to be a holiday staple.
Probably have 780 people in line outside.
Large winding lines.
Did have a big tent out here, and we had a heater in there.
And a flood of shoppers eager to get their hands on the biggest deals. But now, it's Thanksgiving evening, the start of Black Friday. 5, 10, 20 years ago, this parking lot right here would be absolutely stuffed, full of people ready to go inside to get the best deals possible. But tonight, if you look around, it's abandoned.
Guys, check this out. Where is everybody? Like, there's nobody here, dude. What the fuck? Is this Black Friday? For real? Guys, the line at Starbucks is longer than any other line. So we are in store number 2, and I've never seen a store overstaffed on a Black Friday, guys. Yorktown Mall, Black Friday 2023. Absolute ghost town. Black Friday as we knew it, the days of the fist fights, the long lines, having to line up on Thanksgiving in order to get what you wanted, that's all gone. Don't need to do it anymore. Black Friday, rest in peace.
So Black Friday came and went and nobody gave a damn. It's almost as if the economy is terrible. It's almost as if this era of Bidenomics is destroying people's income. More and more people are living paycheck to paycheck, and less people are going out looking like fools, fighting over TVs, fighting over other items that they don't need, while these retailers sit there in their corporate offices and laugh and collect money. It's almost as if nobody cares anymore. People would rather sleep in, eat some extra turkey, instead of going out early and lining up for some BS that they don't need. People would rather work some extra hours, spend time with their friends and family, than to fork over cash to these corporations who are trying to take advantage of people. And we're going to talk about one particular company that got busted trying to take advantage of people, being outright liars, seems like fraud. So let's get into Black Friday. Let's talk about some of the issues going on today. This is the Bicycling Podcast. So Target got caught red-handed lying to their customers. And I just said, well, color me surprised. We're talking about the company that was selling tuck-friendly swimwear for little boys and was selling gay onesies for babies, because apparently they must be appealing to pedos. But color me surprised when a woke company like Target, who is also selling gay nutcrackers and black disabled Santas, lies to their customers. Just like they lied to their customers when the backlash hit them about those tuck-friendly swimsuits for little boys, when they said, oh no, it's not for children, even though it was in the kids department, even though the onesies and all of this stuff that they were selling during Pride Month for children, they said it's not for kids. We literally had all of this pride homosexual stuff in the sizes of 3T, 4T, toddler sizes, but Target released a national statement saying no, it's not for children. So color me surprised when they get busted lying again. Let's take a look at what happened.
Oh, it's the same. Okay, what about this one? Oh, it's the same.
Black Friday deal?
I don't get it.
That's a deal?
Okay, this one? But it's the same.
Bro, that's not a deal.
I don't get it. I'm confused.
So I don't even know why y'all still shopping at Target to begin with, because not only were they appealing to pedos, and I don't know what the hell they think they're doing trying to sell this stuff for children, but they also rolled out a line of items from a guy who makes clothing for devil worshippers. Target is selling shirts and trinkets and other items for children for worshiping the devil. Why the hell does anybody go to Target? It's crazy, but Let's get into this article here. Let's look at what's going on with Target now. Target caught skipping discounts and Black Friday deals. It's not the same. I don't get it. So let's read a little bit more about the video clip we just saw. A Target store was allegedly caught. Allegedly? No. A Target store was caught allegedly offering Black Friday deals that were no different than the prices the big box retail chain sets during the rest of the year. So apparently 20, 30 years ago, I guess, they say Black Friday used to actually mean something. The older generations said Black Friday was a real thing. You can actually get real deep discounts and not just get some marketing scheme like Target is running, because Target is always having items allegedly on sale. If something is on sale for 6 months or a year, every time you go there and you see it, it's on sale. Isn't that just a regular goddamn price? But you're deceiving the customers, making them think they're getting a deal. Then when Black Friday comes, you have the same price, but you just change the colors of the sales tag. DJ Downey posted a viral video on TikTok showing her browsing for products at an unidentified Target, only to discover that the price tags for Black Friday displayed the same price as those for non-Black Friday deals. Donnie was in the electronics section looking at prices for television sets when she reached her hand for the display showing the prices. Busted. So you had people in the comments saying, damn, Target, why are you being lazy? Why are you leaving the old price tags? If you really want to trick people, you need to take these price tags out. But yeah, the employees, they said they don't feel like it. There's too much. We're not getting paid enough. There's too much work. We just put the new price tag over the other one. The piece of paper displaying the Black Friday price of $649.99 was the same as the non-Black Friday prices, which was concealed behind the updated sales price, according to the video. Duh. Target isn't the only company doing this, but when these companies are always talking about, oh, we're having a sale, this and that, you need to think twice about what they're trying to do, because it's marketing. It's manipulation. You're trying to convince the customer. You try to create FOMO, fear of missing out. Look, you can only get this deal this day. You got to come in on this Friday to get this thing for $650, because if you come tomorrow, even though it's going to be $650 tomorrow and next month and the next year, we want to make you think that the price is going to go up. So they put these fake prices on here. I think the $650 item, we're going to see it in a second. I think it was like $800 and some dollars, maybe $700 and some dollars. It's never on sale for $700 and some dollars. It's always $650. $650 is the normal price. But they want to trick people. It seems illegal. I don't know, man. It seems like false advertising. I don't know what people can do with these companies doing this stuff legally, but we're going to see. It's the same. I don't get it, she said in the video. I'm confused. Don't be confused. They're lying. Downey noticed that the sales price remained unchanged for several other items. As of Monday, the video had been viewed more than 38.4 million times. It has generated nearly 60,000 comments and 3.3 million likes. Yeah, Target hates that. This is too much exposure. A spokesperson for Target told the Post that the TVs were on sale before Black Friday as part of our early Black Friday deal. What the hell does that mean? It seems like a bunch of gobbledygook. So let's look at this picture here. So you got this thing on sale for $650 before Black Friday, but you call this an early Black Friday. So if it's an early Black Friday sale, why did you change the sign? So you telling me if I would have went to Target in June or even in January, this item wouldn't have been $650? Because I believe this thing has always been $650. Or in some cases, what they do with some items, and retail employees attest to this, they'll jack up the price a month, 2 months before Black Friday, then drop it back to their normal price to make the customers think they're getting a deal. It's all about lying to the customers, all about manipulating people to squeeze some money from people. So people aren't falling for this as much as they used to. So here's another one. You can get this TV for $330 only on Black Friday, because that's the perception they create. But you go a month later, 2 months later, it's still $330. We continue to offer those items at the same discount during Black Friday, but updated the signage to reflect the extended timing. You're not making sense, man. If this was a Black Friday sale the whole time, so you're saying it's not just Friday, it's a weeks-long Black Friday sale, it doesn't make sense to change the sign. what makes sense in this whole thing is that you are a liar. Just admit it. Just own up to it. You've been busted. People aren't, well, many people are stupid, but shoppers are becoming wiser to this crap. And I know these retailers hate the fact that we have mass communication. We got social media going on. We got YouTube. We got TikTok. So these companies hate that people can communicate with each other. This happened 30 years ago. It'll just be a local thing, probably just among her friends and family. But now millions of people see Target for what they are, liars. The company said that in both instances, shoppers would have saved between $20 and $80, depending on which TV they purchased. No, you wouldn't, because these things have always $330 or $650, whatever you're selling them for. And these companies don't want to give deep discounts like the older generation said they actually gave deep discounts back in the day, because what they learned and what their metrics showed over the decades of having Black Fridays is that it's not a good idea, especially for these big electronic items. You can't be offering 60-70% off, because you'll increase your volume, but your margins are still going to take a hit. So financially for the company, putting these TVs on steep discount is a bad idea, unless it's a clearance item that they just need to get rid of, which doesn't happen with these types of electronic items. So the companies know that in a lot of cases, most of these products shouldn't be on sale like that, but they still want to draw in the customers, so they'll make the customers believe that they're getting something on sale when they're actually not. You can look at video games, for example. They never went into that crap. Like PlayStation, the Xbox, the consoles and the discs, you'll never find, even back in the day, you would never find massive discounts on new video games like that. So they knew early on that their margins couldn't sustain steep discounts like that. But these other companies fell into it, and then they learned, okay, we're losing a lot of money. If I roll out a $2,000 Samsung TV and I sell it for $1,000, $900, I'm going to take a hit. I'm going to sell a lot of them, sell a lot more of them, but I'm going to take an enormous hit. We're not going to make any money. It's kind of like that Shoppers channel, QVC, and I think the other one's HSN. So if you look at them, I don't know if they still do it now, but they get on TV, they'll put up a product, and all these people start calling in. You'll sell hundreds of them or thousands, depends on what the product is. They'll sell thousands of products within 30 minutes. And it looks like the company's making money. Like, God damn, look at all those sales they got. But what happens is these networks, QVC, they'll sell these products at a steep discount, and they'll take a cut of the money also. So the company that's selling the product doesn't make any money. You just sold thousands of products in 30 minutes, but your margins were so thin, it didn't make any difference. It didn't do anything to help the company. So that's what these companies are learning on Black Friday. When you sell your items at steep discounts, you don't make any money. So they know that they shouldn't do it, but they just want to lie to the customers to bring people in. It's ridiculous. Commenters on TikTok reacted to Downey's post with their own experiences. See, here we go. Someone right here saying, I worked at Target and I was lazy. I hope that helps. So we already knew that. I found one where the regular price was lower than the Black Friday deal. Another TikTok user commented, far too many of us have worked retail for us to not check these. So people are becoming more wise. People know the game. People know the BS. And in a hard economy, people are looking for real discounts. And the customers know that these companies aren't going to give real steep discounts. Black Friday deals used to be so good, Kirsten Elizabeth wrote on TikTok. Now I don't even bother. Even online, they raised the price to drop it, like I was just saying. A TikTok user who goes by the name Charlene wrote, this is why I stayed in bed relaxing, because she knew it's all BS. This is a total scam. The whole Black Friday concept is BS. And then the items that are on sale for more than 50%, they're usually items on clearance anyway that the company's trying to get rid of, or they're just useless little trinket, little small items that people don't really need or use and people don't want. And they'll offer them at a deep discount and say, oh, look at us, we're offering big discounts. But yeah, these companies, they're looking at their metrics. They know exactly what they're making on products. They know exactly how much they can discount these products. Let's look at a company like Bed Bath & Beyond, which just went out of business. All their retail stores just closed down. They were having clearance sales, going out of business, store closing, had the big sign on the front, store closing. You go in there, hey, we'll give you 10% off. Let's take a look at this.
Very on brand for Bed Bath & Beyond liquidation sale to be 10%.
So if you didn't know already, Bed Bath & Beyond is closing. I went to the Woodbridge location in Virginia to see what they had. Let's go. Saw this trash can with the dual siding, trash one side, recycle on the other. It's like $200. No, thank you. Wood dishes, cool, but not my vibe right now. Took it over to some cookware. They had some pots. I saw a nice Dutch oven. Yeah, that. But yeah, they weren't really giving much. They were talking about 10% off. Here's what I came for. The espresso machines, 10% off. What? They're still $200. Like, I'm not going for that. What kind of sale is this? What kind of liquidation sale is this?
So to the very end, these people were holding on tight to those margins. So don't be fooled by these people, man. Don't be fooled. We have people going through all types of economic hardships. Gas is high as hell. Joe Biden's economic policies are terrible. When it comes to transportation, it's terrible because they're blocking oil coming from certain areas, like in the United States, closing pipelines. They stopped buying some of the oil from Russia because of those geopolitics. Want to be dependent on oil, getting oil from Venezuela, begging Iran to keep the Strait of Hormuz open so we can have some cheaper gas prices. But still, we're going through all types of issues when it comes to gasoline prices. Housing prices. We all know in 2021, late 2020 up until the middle of 2022, really, house prices spiked. 2021 was the year when people saw a house that was $300,000 go up to $450,000 in a matter of months. People were saving up for a down payment, knew that they qualified, their credit was good and everything. And the bank said, oh yeah, you only need $75,000 in income to buy this house. By the time they were ready, a couple of months later, the bank was like, "Now you needed $75,000 then, but now we're gonna need about $150,000." In other words, you no longer qualify for this house. So a lot of people, just the average Americans in most cities, the average person who live in these cities can't afford to buy a house in those cities because the economy's on the toilets. House prices, there's a massive shortage on housing. House pricing spikes. Interest rates have risen. And a lot of this has to do with the government constantly printing money. So you can say, oh, it's a local issue, it's a state issue. Well, states and local municipalities have a whole lot to do with the cost of housing, the cost of transportation. But what they don't do is print money. When you go around printing trillions and trillions of dollars to wage wars or to fearmonger people believing that we need to print trillions of dollars over some disease, some C-19 disease, I'm not going to get into that. But when you start printing all this money, the value of the dollar goes down. So you're printing money to send it to Israel. You're printing money to send it to Ukraine. You're printing money because of C-19. You're printing money for whatever things you want to use it for. And it just causes inflation. Incremental inflation just goes up and up and up and up. And the big one was in 2021, 2022 when they kept printing money over C-19, printed $6 trillion. The value of the dollar went down tremendously and things spiked. You go to the grocery store, $200 worth of grocery is now $350, $375 for those same items. Bottle of water in some places $5. So the economy is in the toilets, and these retailers are sitting here trying to trick people to use the last few dollars that they have to come out and buy crap that they don't need. And some of these luxury retailers like Nordstrom, they nervous, man. And Best Buy, because they're selling all these fancy TVs, $2,000, $3,000 TVs, 8K TVs, $5,000 computers. When you can get away with something way cheap, you can get away with a $300 TV, but they want you to buy one for $3,000. So they're getting nervous because nobody's going in there to buy that crap. There was a video of Best Buy. They had the rope outside their store with the cones. They were hoping for a long line. Nobody went. Nobody showed up to buy that crap because people are broke. And on top of that, people are on to what these companies are doing. People are on to the fact that these companies are lying to customers to get them to spend the little money that they have. We're going to talk more about Biden and the economy and his issues, his poll issues, his re-election campaign, how he's going through it. But first, if you guys like my channel, you want to support my channel, you want to support me, check out some of my merch, including my We Will Not Comply mug. So I was just talking about COVID-19. So We will not comply. You see, they have a new virus over there in China, allegedly. Something that they said is some type of pneumonia, some type of respiratory disease. Hundreds of children in a hospital. We don't know what's going on. And we can't trust the CDC. We can't trust the WHO. But we know we're in the middle of an election year, and it's going to heat up next year in 2024. And one thing that these people want to do, one thing that these leftists want to do, is roll back mask policies. And they really want to shut things down again, because that way they can steal the election again. They can start doing massive voter fraud, like mail-in ballots, even though millennials and Gen Z don't even know how to mail stuff. But allegedly there were millions of mail-in ballots for Biden. But we're going to hold on to this mug here, because when they say, look, you need to put a dirty, filthy cloth on your face, you need to put it in your pocket, take it out, put it on your mask with lint. You can get it in all types of colors. You can get it in a rainbow, the LGBT elemental style. You can get anime on it. You get Pikachu. You can have your favorite sports team on. You can wear any type of dirty cloth you want. But we just need you guys terrified of some type of virus. And when they say that, we will not comply. So check out tvsmerch.com. Check out some of the gear over there. See what you like. tvsmerch.com. Let's take a look at this poll here. So this is from mid-November. So a recent poll. We got Joe Biden. We have a head-to-head matchup. We got Joe Biden getting destroyed in the youth vote by Trump. And the reason why I say destroy, you might say, oh, well, it's only 4%. Well, 4% makes a big difference. We're talking about an enormous difference. Elections are so tight nowadays. The country's so divided. When you win by 4 points, that could be considered a landslide. So in terms of the youth vote, because Joe Biden is pissing off a lot of the young people, because the young generation doesn't give a damn about Israel, and Joe Biden is supporting Israel. Those young people are out there saying free Gaza from the river to the sea. They're pushing all the rhetoric against what Joe Biden is trying to say. So he's losing a whole lot of support. And if this age bracket goes to the voting booth and actually pulls the trigger on this, if they actually vote more for Trump, if Trump wins the young vote, because Biden should blow Trump out with this vote, but Trump just tying Biden in the young vote, that'll crush Biden. And overall, we're looking at Trump up consistently, poll after poll after poll, for months on end. It's been Trump, Trump, Trump. All of this garbage, all of these witch hunts, all of these indictments, everything that they're pulling against Trump, it's not working. They're throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. They're trying their best. And the main issue is the economy. So Biden's disapproval rating among independent voters, so we have the people who are set to vote for Trump, the people who are set to vote for Biden. Then we have the independents, which allegedly 50% of Americans claim they're independents. I doubt that. But the independents only approve Joe Biden by 27%. 73% of independents say Joe Biden is doing a bad job. That is alarming. It is very, very bad news. And why? I keep going back to it. It's the economy, stupid. The old saying, it's the economy, stupid. People are concerned about all these things going on. Well, with women, single women, apparently, all the numbers show it's not the economy. They only care about abortions. But take away single women, just count every other demographic. People care about money. How much money is in my pocket at the end of the month? How much money is being sucked out of my paycheck? I get my paycheck and instantly everything goes towards bills and extremely high costs like gasoline and food. People care about that. That's what matters the most. Under Trump, the economy was doing extremely good until that C-19 derailed everything. But also, independents are concerned about Joe Biden's age. This man is old and senile. I know y'all saw that picture. He just turned 81. They didn't want to make a big deal out of it because he's old as hell. So they gave him a cake, and instead of putting an 8 and a 1 on the cake, because they didn't want it to just be completely obvious, like 81, damn. They put 81 candles on the cake, and it looked like the damn cake was on fire. That's how old this man is. So people are concerned not only about his age, because every man doesn't age the same way. Some age faster than others. Trump is pushing 80, but he's not mentally, he's not as old as Biden physically either. He's not as old as Biden is. Biden is senile. That's why I always talk about Biden's handlers, because this man, his brain is shot. His mind is gone. He should be in a home somewhere or having family take care of him because he doesn't know what the hell is going on. Anthony Blinken and the White House chief of staff, all them fools over there at the White House, they're the ones making decisions. They're the ones engaging us in these foreign wars, deciding the policies of the country, the energy policies, everything. Biden has no idea what's going on. Remember that famous video when he said, "I don't know what I'm signing," and then the social media apps tried to scrub it from the internet and they flagged anybody who posted it, trying to protect him because the man is senile. So they're concerned he's old and senile. He's waging foreign wars. We got our own issues in America. Somehow, someway, you got black kids getting killed in Chicago. You got fentanyl pouring across the border with Canada, across the border of Mexico. You got homeless people, homeless veterans, seniors who were on a fixed income. They're getting put out their apartments because the price of housing, the price of rent is skyrocketing, and their fixed incomes can't sustain it. So we have senior citizens being put out on the streets. But now, damn all it, he rather appease, first of all, those Jewish lobbyists over there in D.C., those Zionists, and then on top of that, he wants to appease the military-industrial complex. He wants to send billions of dollars to Ukraine. Remember, he held money hostage after Hawaii, after Lahaina was burned to the ground. This man held up money, aid for American citizens, blackmailing the Republicans to give him money for Ukraine in order to help the Americans. So this is the Biden economy. People are going through hell. He wants to wage wars. He's old and senile, and the economy is terrible. They're saying, look, stop saying Bidenomics. Stop saying it, because they've been trying to gaslight people. They've been trying to say, look, man, the economy is doing good. I know that you're broke. I know that the grocery prices are extremely high, gas is high, but look, it's doing good. The numbers say we're doing good. The numbers are going down. These people are so out of touch. So some people in his campaign staff are saying we need to shut the hell up about that whole Bidenomics thing. So now they're just shifting strategies. So instead of going out lying to people, well, they're still lying, but instead of doing it as much, now they're trying to attack Trump. They were saying, look, we're not going to mention Trump's name. He's not worthy to be brought up. We're not going to say anything. We're just going to lie and gaslight the American people and say the economy is doing good, even though they know it's doing terrible. So now the plan is to just go full-blown anti-Trump, attack Trump, because Trump has high disapproval among the American people. Biden has high disapproval among the American people. So basically, they're going to try to point the finger. Look, this guy is trash. He's filthy. They're just going to do that to one another. Whoever the election is a referendum on, whoever the public focuses on more when they vote, that's who's going to lose. Like Hillary Clinton and Trump, they both had all types of issues. They both had high disapproval ratings among the American people. But Trump was able to successfully make the election about Hillary, a referendum on Hillary. That's why she lost. 2020, it was about Trump, even though we know all types of shadiness went on in the 2020 election. That election was a referendum on Trump. They didn't say, oh, it was China. They didn't say, what about Fauci? What about gain of function research and all of that? They didn't say anything. They just said people die from this disease, allegedly died from this disease. It's Trump's fault. CNN was counting how many people allegedly died every day of C-19. So when you put the referendum on somebody, they lose. So now Biden is going out and saying, Trump's a Nazi. They're pulling this tech. Haven't they been saying this since 2015? But now they got some new ammunition because Trump called them vermin. So they saying, isn't that what Mussolini and Hitler said? Trump must be a fascist and a Nazi. He's evil. And that hasn't hurt Trump at all in the polls. Before it was Trump was a Nazi, they were saying, Trump's indicted. He's a criminal. But the American people say, well, didn't you guys indict him? You're his political rivals, right? The Democrat Party cooked up indictments on Trump and then cried that he's indicted. Yeah, because you indicted him on BS. That's why he's indicted. Oh, my God. It's crazy. But now they're trying to say, well, since he's indicted, when he comes in, he's going to take a revenge on us. He's going to go after us for our corruption. But it's crazy. It's not looking good for Biden. These polls, it's looking like he's going to lose. I don't know. We're a year away. I don't know if it's going to hold. And then we have the wild card, of course. We have Kennedy, because we were just looking at Trump and Biden head to head. But But we have RFK Jr. in the mix, and he's going to suck votes from both sides. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that plays out. But just for the hell of it, I wanted to take a look at the GOP primary polls. Okay, so looking at this poll, it's really for shits and giggles because, yeah. So we had a couple of debates. We got another debate coming up next week, the GOP primary, and it's crazy because we got some good candidates. DeSantis, he's cool, he's straight. Vivek, he's really damn good. The others, Nikki Haley especially, just warmongers. Chris Christie, he's just there to try to get a job on CNN. He's auditioning for CNN because all he does is just attack Trump. But let's take a look at these numbers. Trump is up. He's at 60%. DeSantis, the next person, is down by 50 points. Roughly 50 points. So you got Trump at 60%, DeSantis at 12.6%. I don't know how the hell Nikki Haley is at 10%. See, Republican primary voters, you always complain about your candidates, you complain about your sorry Congress. But you guys, like warmongers like this, you guys keep voting for people like Nikki Haley, people like Cocaine Mitch, Moscow Mitch, whatever they call them. Y'all keep voting for them, and then y'all complain that your party trash and they're soft and they don't do anything, and just let the Democrats destroy the country. But your corrupt warmongering Republicans do a lot of it too, and you keep voting for them. But anyways, that's why I said this is just for shits and giggles. Trump is up by a landslide. It is a massacre. I've been following politics since 2007, and I ain't never seen anything like this. This is a massacre. Trump has a stranglehold on the Republican Party. And these guys, I don't know what the hell their intentions are. Ron DeSantis, he was pretty confident talking about Iowa. He realizes that Trump is up massively in Iowa, but he believes that he can change the minds of people. It's not going to work, man. So it's crazy because you got really great qualified candidates and they're just being smothered under Trump fever, under MAGA Nation. I don't know if they're trying to be his VP, be in his cabinet. I don't know. But God damn. But speaking of wars, warmongers, we're going to spend a few minutes and talk about what's going on with the U.S. military. Let's take a look at these clips.
Just following up on the back pay for troops, that was a lawful order at the time, so is there a concern that back pay or reinstatement could set a precedent?
Well, again, what I would say is right now, we do not, we are not pursuing, as a matter of policy, back pay for those who refused the vaccine.
New Army recruitment flyers have gone out and they're looking a little different this time around. As you can see here in bold print at the top, you no longer need a you-know-what to join the Army. The U.S. Army is also now sending out letters to former troops saying that in light of the removal of the you-know-what requirement, they can apply to get their reasons for discharge changed. This means that derogatory remarks or dishonorable discharges can now potentially be removed or reversed. The Army is also inviting those troops to reapply to be back into the military if that's what they desire. This is a drastic change when just 2 years ago, active members faced serious consequences if they did not comply. Just take a look at these headlines from 2021 from Business Insider, U.S. Army, the New York Times, U.S. Department of Defense, and there are many, many more. I have always believed that this should have been a personal choice.
So Army readiness fell short. Their recruiting goals fell short by 25%. They were short. The active duty Army was short 10,000 men because nobody wants to join. The only branches that actually were successful in recruiting people were the Marines, and they barely made it. And then the ones who were really successful, it's the Space Force. You remember the organization that Trump put together, and they talked all that crap about him, talking about he was stupid, he was dumb, what the hell is he doing? Turns out people are coming to them in droves. But the big three, the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, they all fell short by tens of thousands of people, because the U.S. has a massive Navy and Air Force too, because the U.S. military doctrine, they are naval and air power. People don't really realize that, but they need a lot of people in those branches, and they all fell short because nobody wants to join. The Navy got so desperate that they tried to make their recruiters work 6 days a week. They were going to work these guys to death, work their fingers to the bone trying to recruit some Gen Z people who don't want anything to do with the military. And they damn sure don't want to be on a submarine or stuck on a ship for months on end. So the military, I just showed this thing about back pay. They were talking all this crap. They were destroying the reputations of men who didn't want to get the C-19 virus. Telling them, oh, you guys suck, you're terrible, you don't want to follow orders. What about the other vaccine you got? You should just play ball, just get the jab and shut up about it and move on with your career. No. So they started kicking guys out of the military, thousands of them, because they wouldn't get the C-19 virus. They were not only kicking them out, but these guys went out with bad reputations, and people were just looking down on them. They couldn't get referrals for work because their command was upset with them about this whole thing. People talked about back pay. If they come back in, Trump said he's going to reinstate all these guys with back pay. People laughed at that idea, said you're stupid, you're dumb. And now all of a sudden the Army just sent out a letter to these people asking them to come back. Said, please come back. We'll give you all your back pay. You'll keep your rank. Just go talk to a local recruiter, please, please. Because we tried to create this woke military. We talked about white rage. Let's take a look.
Train and we understand, and I want to understand white rage, and I'm white, and I want to understand it.
We talked about white rage. We had General Milley, who's a scummy piece of shit, who was talking to China behind Donald Trump's back about nuclear weapons while Trump was the president and he's the highest ranking military member. Sounds like treason. But we tried to create this woke military. We said we can bring in the trans people who don't want to fight, who don't want to deploy. All they want to do is just get their free trans surgery and then be on profile, be on recovery for the rest of their term in the military, and then just leave the military. So we want to bring in wokeness. We want to bring in people talking about, I have 2 moms. Let's take a look at this.
It begins in California with a little girl raised by 2 moms.
So we tried to make the military woke to appease a bunch of freaks and a bunch of activists, leftists, who don't even want to join the military, and they failed epically. So all of you guys, all you conservative guys, all you tough young men, please come back. So, and they're also going back to that old slogan, the old be all you can be slogan. They said, no, that's too much. Oh, that's too manly. We need to get rid of it. They're going back to it. So they dropped all this wokeness. It's almost as if all these organizations around the country are starting to learn. We have Bud Light, for example. They're learning that wokeness doesn't pay off. It doesn't pay to get pats on the back on Twitter. So when you say we accept trans people in the military, the people went on your Twitter account, went on your social media and said, oh, that's great. This is awesome. This is progress. And then none of them joined the military. It's almost as if being woke doesn't work. So I don't know if these people are actually going to go back in the military. I don't know what their financial situation, their job situation is, how much the military will have to offer them in bonuses. But they destroyed these guys' reputation, ruined their careers, and now they're asking them to come back. You got to throw a whole lot of money at them in order to get them to come back after what you did to them. I mean, because we have terrible leadership, like I was talking about General Milley. And then you look at the leadership structure, you look at retired generals who be getting on the news, being paid to talk up Ukraine, talking about the Russians are terrible, they're stupid, like Petraeus, for example. These guys don't know what the hell they're doing, man. They don't know anything. These guys are done. This is who the military is being led by. And then you have people who are getting more wise. They realize that we're nation building. We're just fighting for the sake of imperialism because we're not defending the country. So after 9/11, all these guys enlisted in the military went overseas to wage war, believing a lie, believing George Bush, talking about they have weapons of mass destruction. If we don't go destroy them, there's going to be a mushroom cloud in America. We need to defend our homeland. This is because these people hate our way of life, hate our freedom. They're going to keep attacking us. It turns out after the fact, it was a lie. This was a war for the military-industrial complex, who made billions, probably trillions of dollars. Trillions of dollars off of these wars. Just like Ukraine over there. Ukraine and Russia had a deal after 5 weeks of war, but the United States and England made the war continue for the sake of the military-industrial complex. We'll send 500,000 Ukrainian men to their deaths because the military-industrial complex is going to make money and we're going to get our kickbacks. So people understand you're not really protecting your home country. You're not protecting yourself from some type of existential threat, even though they always try to make it seem like that. You're just fighting for the sake of rich people. You're fighting for rich men. They're getting rich. You're coming back maimed. You're coming back with PTSD. You're coming back. So a lot of veterans self-delete every day. We have dozens of veterans who self-delete every day. We got them living on the streets in America. And you see in Chicago and New York, they're putting illegal immigrants ahead of homeless veterans. So people are saying, why would I join the military? And then also the salaries. They're not paying enough in the military. The fact that these military branches want all these people to come in with college education. In a lot of cases, the Army said they want at least a third of their entire force to have some type of college education. But you're not paying them enough. They can make more money in the market, in the private industry, than they can being an imperialist working for the military and industrial complex. So because of all this, your numbers are way down. You're suffering drastically. The Navy's getting really desperate because they're offering $140,000 bonus, up to $140,000, saying they'll pay off your existing college loans, plus they'll give you a massive signing bonus, which could add up to $140K. So they're getting really desperate because more and more people are saying absolutely not. And also the country's getting fatter, so less people are even qualified. But more and more people are just saying hell no. It's a combo. You got the wokeness going on, you got the bad leadership going on, and you have the fact that you're just working for the American empire. You're nation building over there in Nigeria somewhere, Sudan, middle of Africa, fighting some people you don't even know who the hell these people are. You're just engaging in all types of foreign wars, and you're wondering, what the hell does this have to do with America? Oh, it has to do with American imperialism. So people are saying no to it. So if you enjoyed today's episode, leave a like, share it, and I'll see you guys next time.